Hello everyone, my name is MJ Vilches and welcome to another stream. We are going to be streaming I'm going to stream my rigging process for one of the characters, the base models for my Regalian character maker. So I'm just going to bring out the keys there so you can see what I'm pressing, and yeah, I think we're ready to go. I'm going to go get started right away. So for my characters, I always use Rigify when rigging because it's just so easy to set up. I don't like having too many stuff in there that I don't even need for my characters, and Rigify, it's just enough for this character because it's got some facial bones and stuff, and of course the hands. Something that I want to experiment on with this are the the toes. Not sure if we can actually do it. Like, we can actually rig the toes using Rigify, like a new Rigify thing for the toes. But yeah, I'm gonna try to experiment on that. That's probably the thing that we're gonna take some time trying to explore in this stream. But yeah, without further ado, I'm just gonna go add a human meta rig here. Human meta rig. Just gonna add that there right in the middle of the world where the character is. Gonna check in front in the viewport display of our object data properties here. Scale it down a bit, and I gotta remember to apply the scale later, but I'm just gonna leave it for now. And yeah. Let me just check here. I want to be able to add some other things here. And this shouldn't have any wiggle armature. Is it on by default? It's an add-on that I enabled, I think, the wiggle bones. It's not checked, so it should be good. Anyways, now let's just align the bone the character. Just gonna scale it up a bit here. I'm gonna apply everything later, but while we're still editing, it's really best to not apply anything. It's best to just do that thing one time and then never have to touch it again. Because that's when things go bad. Let's see. I'm going to start with the fingers because those are always the ones that are, I think, quite challenging to align. We also need to check X here, or enable the X-axis mirror. Just move that a bit, so that, you know, the other side follows. So rigging, it's pretty important. You need to do it right. You need to do it right the first time, otherwise you're going to end up redoing the whole thing, because trying to fix it will probably just ruin it even more. So, you know, when you're done with the rigging and then suddenly, oh, one bone is not twisted the right way, that's going to cause some problems. I always end up redoing the rig if that happens every time I rig. So that's something that I want to avoid with this one. I also want to display the axes of the bones. Make sure the Z points that way, and the hand Z axis, yeah, points that way as well. Or maybe shouldn't be there. Anyways, it doesn't really matter that much, because things, after you check the generate rig here, it always ends up being twisted on the wrong direction. So I'm gonna have to update this, upgrade the face rig of our bone so that it uses the, oh, tell you what, never mind, let's do that later. Already we're probably doing, yeah, we probably did something wrong. I'm gonna do that again. See, because our face rig changed even when we control Z, and we don't want that. So I'm going to press that upgrade face rig later after I aligned it to the face. I think that is the best way to do it. And there we go. So when you're rigging, you really shouldn't hesitate to just to redo things if it doesn't work, because probably gonna spend some time trying to correct something and it still doesn't, still will be difficult. Yeah, rigging characters is always one of the things that you're gonna do over and over again, depending on your like workflow. But most workflows, it's really just something one of the things you need to do over and over again if you want to post your characters or animate them. And I always want to animate the characters that I make. I can't make still characters. I don't want characters that just stay still or poses. I want to be able to move them. And that's always going to be the case for me. I'm not gonna create characters for like so that it looks nice in one angle. Gotta look nice in every angle. I can animate them. And of course, rigging is the one thing that will give us that. Any other methods is just going to be a painful. If you want to move your characters, that is. So I'm just gonna go cursor to selected right here on this vertex. And then Shift S. I selected like one of the nodes here. Nodules. What's this guy's called again? Bow nodules. Whatever. These guys, I'm gonna go Shift S, selection the cursor, keep offset, and it would go to right there on the cursor. Making sure that the microphone's on. It is. Let's keep going. I'm gonna select this loop right here, Shift S, cursor selected, which would put the cursor right in the middle of that loop. And we are going to move this nodule or that joint right there, right in the middle of the cursor there. Right on the cursor. Next is this loop right here, Shift S, cursor selected. So that's the next joint. And then do that. And then I'm gonna just eyeball this part of the thumb. This is the thumb. It's like the socket on like the base of your thumb where it rotates. I'm gonna make sure that that's, scientifically accurate to where it's supposed to be, which should be here, since this huge bulge here is where it should rotate. There we go. It should be good. It should be nice. We're also going to be making sure that the axis of this is pointing on the right direction. Like Z is pointing to where the finger will bend. So I'm going to go Shift N, global negative Z axis, I think, so that they're all aligned. I'm going to go Control R. And I will have to eyeball this so that it is pointing towards where the thumb should bend towards. I'm gonna start with we're selecting the top, the end one. So I'm just gonna go Control R. I'm just gonna align that right there. Since this is the active selection, I'm gonna go Shift N, active bone, and these guys would follow the orientation of this one. So this should all be pointing towards where, the thumb should be bending. So after we're done with that, we can actually hide this so it doesn't obscure our view. Just gonna hide that for now. And then we go for the rest of the fingers. So these bones, they should be, placed where the actual hand bone is. And we do have marks on the, like we can see here. There are like bulges on a hand that indicates that there's the bone there. We just have to follow that. Select all of that. I'm gonna start with a pinky finger. And just move it like this here. So you gotta make sure that the socket of the base of the finger is like right here, the knuckles, because that's where that's where it's supposed to bend, the knuckles, the knuckle area. We can do that by also selecting like the knuckle area right here, selecting that, Shift S cursor to selected. That might be it right there. Now let me go select this joint right here. So actually both of these guys. Cursor to select. No! Ah! Oh well. Let's do that again. You're clicking the wrong buttons. Clicking the wrong things will make you redo certain steps. There we go. I'm gonna go to the tip right here. Maybe right here. That's the tip right there. Select this. And then selection the cursor. Keep offset. I'm just gonna go select some edge loops here. And this is the easiest way to rig a finger, in my opinion. And make it so that it's nice and in the middle there of the finger. You just have to, and since I modeled it in a way where I added more edge loop where the joint should be, it's pretty easy to locate. So I'm just gonna go Shift. I'm gonna Control R this so that it follows. It follows the. That's gonna hurt our brain so much, but I can barely see the pinky there, the tip of the pinky. Just have to go, and actually we need to make sure that the active bone is this one, so that we can see it from even from this view. And just make sure that the Z points towards where the finger should bend. Now, even with this, Rigify would still end up being rotated on the wrong direction. I think it's because it's straight instead of like bended like this, which is how it's supposed to be. But yeah, it's just so easy to rig when the fingers are all straight like that. Although I probably will make it a practice to bend the fingers later. It's just that it becomes awful looking when I deform them. Since I'm not really that great with modeling it, and trying to deform the fingers to bend, it kind of ruins the whole thing. It's very difficult to edit it later if I have to make some changes. So I'm keeping them all straight like this. Let's see. I don't think we're in a knuckle anymore for this part right here. So we're going to have to go and adjust this, because the knuckle should be right here. If you look at your hand, you'll see that it doesn't rotate right here, your fingers. It rotates right here. That's like the pivot point of the base of your finger. So we have to make sure that this joint right here is slightly inwards towards the finger and not right here in the middle. It should be right here. And I think we did just that. And I'm just gonna go Shift N, active bone, so every one of this bone is like oriented the right way. I can now hide the pinky fingers. Not gonna be editing that. And we're gonna go to the ring finger or index finger. Wait, I'm gonna Alt H for a bit, because I need to align this to the pinky right here. Okay, let's hide these guys again so they don't obscure our view. Now we are going to go and align this to the knuckle first. Actually, we don't need to align it to the knuckle first. So let's just go and align it to the finger. Straighten it up like that. Just a bit close. Because we're still gonna do the Shift S method. Shift S, cursor to selected. And then just do it over and over again. Shift S, cursor to selected. Then select the bone. Shift S, selection to cursor, keep offset. And we're gonna keep doing that until all of the bones are aligned to the right parts of the fingers, the joints, and the knuckles. The knuckle area will also be aligned properly. Now I'm gonna select on all of these bones and go to the front, like the tip of the finger here. Make sure that they're aligned. Shift N, negative Z axis. So I'm gonna use the finger as like a reference for this, like the finger bones, so to like align them in the view right there. As you can see, they're all aligned. You can use that. Make sure Z is pointed towards where the finger will be bended, or you know, where it bends towards. Z should point that way. And then I'm gonna go select all of these, Shift N, active bone, so that everything follows. Now we can hide that. Oh, before hiding that, we need to align these guys. Okay, that should be nice and aligned now. I can hide this. And we are going to do that. And everything else. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna go Shift S right here again. And, you know, just a tedious process of doing things over and over again. That's something that you have to be ready to do when you want to, like, create characters or work on 3D. It involves processes where you just keep repeating. And if you don't welcome that, then you're doomed. You're just gonna complain all the time. You're gonna keep saying it's hard. And in actual fact, you're just being lazy to go further. And you just want things to be easy. Well, you can make things easier. Yes, but will always be, there's still going to be some, you know, like a whole lot of work needs to be done. Why is that not aligned properly? What was it's not. Huh, that's, I don't know why that happened. I'm going to have to check the rest now. Okay, that one's good. This one should be good as well. Okay, everything for this should be great. Shift N, negative Z, global negative Z, so it's pointing towards like the negative Z axis. At least it tries to. Without breaking the like overall rotation of it. Just the bone orientation. And then I'm just gonna go like this. It should be aligned now. There shouldn't be any problem. That should have done it. Let's see. Yeah, that should have done it. We should be good. I shouldn't really tweak that anymore. And I'm gonna go Shift. You gotta select everything. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then active bone. Then we're gonna keep going till we're done with all of the fingers. So I'm gonna deal with the ones that are kind of challenging to align first. Then we go with the simple ones. And the fingers are always the one that's not exactly that fun. And then later on, there's still going to be issues that we're gonna end up facing. which means we might have to redo this, rotate things again, stuff. But at least we should try our best to reduce the problems later by doing this and making sure things are nice and aligned and they are in a proper orientation, etc., etc. Make sure that this is aligned to the knuckles. I'm going to have to check the others as well if that was the case for the others. So I'm just going to go select that, Shift N, global negative Z axis. And as you can see, it's not pointing properly towards where the finger should bend. So we're going to have to go and correct that. By pressing Control R and rotating it, really just eyeballing it so that it, like, you know, follows. I'm going to go Shift N, active bone, so that it follows the active bone. And then we should be good with the finger here. Just making sure that everything is lined up properly. This one should be right on the knuckle. This one as well. And, nope. No! Oh boy, pressing X and then deleting bones. Better make sure you Control Z when you end up doing that. You don't want to delete some bones. It always becomes an issue when you delete some bones with Rigify. It will tell, oh no, this bone is missing. I can't keep going. So, you know, you really have to make sure that everything is nice and aligned and bones are present. So we have the clavicle here. It should be where the clavicle is, which it is. Now I want to do that shoulder rigging method that I saw on one of the groups that I am moderator of in Facebook, but I think for this purpose, I don't need to. Should be fine. Okay, yeah, that's great. Now we have to make sure that the spine is aligned properly. Going to have to take this whole head right here, put it back right here. This is the neck. Make sure that that's aligned the right way. They should be directly in the middle, so I don't need to do anything about that. This is supposed to be the jaw, I think, or this will be the pivot point of where the jaw is, but when we press the update face rig later, it will be different. So I'm just gonna put that there for now. We're gonna deal with the face later. Let's go and try and fix the body here, the torso area. Just moving the pelvis bones right there. Make sure it like takes up all that. Let's go and deal with the leg. And we're going to be dealing with the face last. So one of the things that we need to also make sure we do for the elbow and the like the knees and stuff is that this should remain like kind of bended, because that will ensure that the bones will like bend up properly. So we have to make sure that this bend, this angle right here is maintained. It doesn't like go straight like that. It needs to be angled still in this way towards the front so that it bends properly later on. When we you know, generate the rig and all of the other control bones are added, things are bending the right way. Otherwise, you're going to have to come back here and then generate the rig again to edit it. So this needs to be where I'm going to have to get the clothes for now, and this should be where this like bulge, this socket for the feet is, because that is the socket for the feet. That this bone should be like straight towards that. Of course, knees. Align to the knees. And our legs, the legs bends not right here, but it bends right here. That's where the the joint of the leg is. So we need to go make sure that that's aligned right there, because that's where it's supposed to like bend. The joint's supposed to be there, like right here, so that it rotates right there. It's the pivot point. So this is the waist area. Just gonna go align this, the chest. This is supposed to be the chest, right? So I'm gonna have to go do that. Do this. Make sure that's right on the middle there. And there we go. It should be nice and aligned now. Arm bones. It should be where the arm bends. Of course, it should be right around here. Shoulder doesn't need to, this doesn't need to be anywhere. I just have to move this to the Z-axis right here, covering the clavicle. Move it back a bit. And there we go. Now, I think I can hide a bunch of stuff here. So we can stick with just that's the torso, fingers, arms. And there we go. Now let's go for the face. Face is gonna be tricky a bit. But I probably need to go press the upgrade face rig now. Let me just bring this out. There we go. Did that align it to the bones properly though? Oh crap, I should have backed up before doing that. Now I'm not sure if... Yeah, it crashed! Oh no! Where did we save? I forgot to save, mates! So, we're going to probably have to redo some stuff here. Hey there, Benedict. Welcome to the stream. Okay, we're good. I actually saved right when we were about to start with the face. Before pressing the upgrade face rig. What we need to do right now is to save a backup before pressing on here. You need to save a backup, mate. Backup, and then go back to the original file before making any changes, so that we have a place where we can come back later on if things go wrong. So upgrade face rig. What we're gonna do is we're gonna arrange the face bones here, and then we're going to press the upgrade face rig. I just recalled before that when I did that, it didn't really align properly. But we're gonna keep going here just in case that's how it's supposed to do it. That's how we're supposed to do it. So we probably shouldn't rotate like this. Just move it in place, because that's gonna affect a bunch of stuff later. So I'm just gonna move it slightly following the face here. The jaw, usually this face bone is like the base of it should be where the rotation of the jaw would be, like the jaw joint, like where, your mouth opens, which is right about here, like below the ear. That's where, that's where the mouth rotate. So we're going to align this part to where the jaw will rotate. That's what I noticed, at least. It's easier to just back up to make a bunch of blend files than having a bunch of stuff in your blend file that you need to enable and disable later. And then you were gonna wonder, oh no, which one's the other one? It's I find that saving the blend file, the previous state of the blend file, without any changes, is easier and less confusing. Anyways, I'm gonna hide this. And just align the ear bones right here. Excuse me. Align the ear bones on the ear. Which should be not too difficult. Human ears, we don't actually move it that much. So it doesn't really, I mean, of course it matters still that you align this properly, but it's one of the things that you won't ever touch when animating humans. Unless there's a part in the story where a human has that trick where they can move their ear. I can't do that. But there are some who can move their ears. And yeah, guess just having this is nice. Although you won't really be moving this that much if you're animating a character. Unless maybe like in a Wendy's thing and your animation more stylized. And ears is something that you'll move. But in this case, we won't be moving this for the regalians. Then again, the regalians won't actually be moving. Because I'm doing this. This is a base model for a character maker that I'm doing. So that I can create a bunch of characters. Even though, I'm by myself. I'm creating a character maker so I can create a bunch of characters that I can add in a crowd or something. And that's the purpose of this guy. But I do need to be able to like just get a character that I can animate and post around with this character makers. But I'm gonna start with just their rig. Okay, I can hide the ears now. So each time we make some changes, we hide that. Of course, save as well. Then align this is the temple bone. Just gonna align that right about there. It's the sideburn bone. So let's just align that with the sideburns here. Like so. I think it's best to also align the mouth now. Like all of this right here is the mouth, the lips bones. So I'm gonna take that, align that to the lips. Like so. This is the jaw, the chin, I mean. Oh, hey, Benedict. Thanks for the support. Thanks for the support there. Look at that. Okay, at least it's nice to know that our KoFi bot chat thing works. Thanks for the support, man. Thank you. Yeah, you want to support me in all of my endeavors? My KoFi is the best place to do it. There's also KoFi shop and stuff there where you can download the stuff that this character when I'm done with this, I'm gonna be giving this away for free. You can download it through my KoFi shop, and you can create characters with it. But then again, this is not a normal character. This is a character from a book. They're regalians, and they are they have this. They look like this. Their veins are visible, and yeah, they're not normal people. They live miles beneath New York City. They have like a kingdom there called Regalia. And I need a crowd of them because there's going to be like a stadium scene thing. But yeah, thank you so much, Benedict, for that. And right now I'm going to keep going. I actually have a bunch of characters from the Underland project that is available for download there already in my KoFi shop. Just feel free to explore there. There's a bunch of rigs. Not just human characters, I think. Also the key droids and stuff. But yeah, we are going to finish rigging the lips here. Yeah, I still need to fix those guys because I'm about to create the next like episode of the thing, but it's not animated, it's a comic. My aim for the project is to create a bunch of different like arts. So for episode 1, there's a 3D animated short, Big Bug. And episode 2, which I'm working on right now, is going to be the comic, and it will involve a bunch of characters, humans, the cockroach, and also some giant bats. I still need to start modeling the bats as well. And there's also going to be a bunch of them, so I will need a bat character maker as well. And there's a few more characters. Yes, I do have some volunteers. Also fans of the book. They wanted to help out, they volunteered. They're all in my Discord. We organize things on my Discord server. If you want to join there, it's right there. Everything is there. I make my updates there. And VIPs, which is now you were one of them because you donated, you can access the VIP channels and the VIP updates, which is where I share even more the details about the project and the progress and stuff. Yeah, everything is in Discord. I probably have a link to it in the description below. I hope I do. But yeah, just join the Discord server. If you connect your Discord with your KoFi account, you should automatically have the VIP role. Nice. Let's see. Oh, it looks like it doesn't give you the VIP. I'm gonna have to manually do it. There. You are now VIP. Because yeah, if you support even on the lowest tier, you immediately have the VIP. That's the perk. You get to be a VIP on Discord. Okay, let's finish this. This is the teeth bones right here. I should probably go deal with that. So we're just gonna go select the teeth here, so that we have like a reference. As you can see, there's like you can see the silhouette of the teeth. So I'm just gonna go align it roughly there. These should be already right in the middle, so we should be good. The teeth is still a separate mesh. I want to separate it for now because I always have to adjust it or copy it for other characters. Then again, I do have my teeth base blend file. Yeah, explore the Discord. There should be the collab boat there, and you should be able to see the collab role, where you can pick a role if you wanna volunteer in the project or something. That's my way of like doing it so that it's easy to track who wants to help, and it's easy for me to share things to those who want to volunteer their talents on the projects. Everything that we do for this project, by the way, it's going to be for free, unless of course you're creating contents like I do, which is, you're very welcome to do. You can, if you have anything you want to contribute to the project, you can like record it, stream it, make a video of it, and you can monetize that one. But we are not going to be monetizing any of the main contents, like the short film or the comic. It's all going to be given away for free for anyone to enjoy on the internet, just like the animated short. I am just gonna not gonna give away the raw file for free though, because someone might just re-upload it and monetize it. I'm only gonna give it to whoever is the member who takes that membership thing in KoFi, just so I can track who's got the raw file. Of course, anyone can just download the video from YouTube, but the raw file is still the raw file, and it doesn't have any compression or anything on it. And I'm only gonna give that to people that I know I can trust to study. Anyone who want to study it, not re-upload it on their own channels and monetize it, because the short is not monetized. You can enjoy watching it without the ads. Unless there's an ad that appears, then you're going to have to notify me, because that's not supposed to happen. Because this is a fan thing that we're doing here. And also, this is how I experiment, how I learn things. And I have learned a lot. I want to end the project for TUP-03. We're actually going to be creating an open world game using Unreal Engine. Make it it's just a cinematic thing mostly, just like the player exploring the city of Regalia. That's the plan, at least. Yeah, that's for the future. We're gonna be doing that right after episode 2, the comic, which is going to be an interactive comic, by the way, which is also gonna be made in Unreal. And I'm gonna try to make it 3D, but probably not. It's probably gonna be a 2D thing. I'm gonna render in Blender or maybe Cycles, and then I'm gonna arrange them like in a 3D space in Unreal. And with a click of a button, you go to the next panel, next page, etc. But yeah, Unreal. We're gonna be doing that. I already started experimenting on it, and I've created a bunch of stuff. The Underland Project Islands on the main channel was made in Unreal. Was a recording. You can download. It's actually there in the KoFi shop. You can download the app, the Unreal app of like the Journey to Awesomeness episode, because I also want to just do it in Unreal, the Journey to Awesomeness episodes, the animated shorts that I make to explain how I make the Underland project. And we're gonna be doing that for this one as well. At the end of this project, there's going to be a bunch of character models, a bunch of creature models, and they're all going to be available for free to download, to examine. Of course, they're not going to be perfect. And this is one of those guys. And I have to finish a bunch of them this year. And we're still in the male variant of the character maker, like the masculine variant. I still need to rig and set up customization like settings for each of them. Because the aim for this character maker, I actually have character maker. Let me just save this. I'm gonna open up a project file just to show the aim here. So I do have the character model right here. So the aim is to have like this, like something like this in Blender, where this is character maker. This is a character maker that I made, and this, see, as you can see, we have that, and then the color as well. It's pretty easy to set up. This is just the clothes. It's pretty easy to set up in Blender, but what's difficult in Unreal, because I tried to do this in Unreal as well, is the color picker. You need to also do that. Ear size, of course, I'm just actually manipulating the bone here. And just changing the eye position. So this is something that we're gonna do after we're done with the rigging for the Regalian character as well. Eye position. We're gonna be doing this as well for the guy that we're doing the rig with. Excuse me. And we're actually just gonna be manipulating the bones that are right here. It's not it's not maybe a great way of doing it. I think the best way to do a character maker is to really involve some programming here and there, but I don't know how to do that. So we're gonna stick with what I know what to do, and it's just going to help with the thing a little bit. And I still wanna. I'm still thinking about whether I am going to like implement that character maker thing in Unreal, which I started doing, by the way, for that character that I just showed. I can show that to you guys later after we're done with this one. And yeah, there's just so much stuff. I also can't wait modeling the creatures, which will be easier. Creatures are actually easier to model and rig as opposed to humans. Of course, the difficult thing about it is that we can't do the Rigify thing. We're going to have to copy paste some Python codes to get the yeah, later you'll see it. It's going to be like layers, bone layers, to get the bone layer thing. We have to copy a code in the text file, the Python text. Okay, I need to make sure that we align these bones outside first before dealing with the eyes. Yeah, the thing with creatures, you can just experiment with them. Experiment how they look, change stuff, and it's still going to be fine. But if you do that with humans, your humans are gonna look weird. There's going to be a point where the human will just look weird because you didn't follow the proper human anatomy, etc., etc. So for humans, you really have to follow the anatomy of a human. You need to make sure that it's the right way. I'm probably for the brows here. I don't really know. I might have to do a bunch of eyebrow and eyelashes, and probably use a separate mesh to do it instead of like putting it right on the character, because I'm using the new hair system for the eyebrows and eyelashes. Eyelashes, I don't think I'm gonna be adding any customization for this, although I can probably play with the length of it. That's gonna be something I'm gonna have to figure out later. For now, we're gonna rig. So I want to be able to rig it because everything will be adjusted based on the rig. So we need to be able to still animate, still deform the bones without ruining its, the face. And that's we're probably gonna fail on that a bit, to be honest. Okay, what was that noise? Thanks for the subscribe there, Trumbull. Welcome to the Doodle Boat. The Doodle Boat actually is it's an ever-changing thing. It's what I use to, to traverse the world to awesomeness, to reach awesomeness. It's just it's the gear that I have. So if my gear changes, everything that I use to create, this changes, the Doodle Boat changes. That's why there's like a Doodle Boat upgrade thing happening. And that's why I call this channel the Doodle Boat, because this is where I it's where I do stuff. The Doodle Boat is where I do things. It's where my gear is, etc., etc. It's my home, I guess, in the world to awesomeness. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, just go to my main channel, watch Journey to Awesomeness. You'll find out that just watching the seasons, because I'm done with season 1, at least. Season 1 is all of the videos that I made in Journey to Awesomeness talking about episode 1 of the Underland Project. And now that we're in season 2, in episode 2, we're gonna be moving on with season 2. For season 2, I'm still thinking about it. I really want to use Unreal for it. That's why I started with an Unreal presentation for season 2. But I still haven't exactly transferred everything in Unreal. There's going to be a new look for my CG character as well for season 2. I'm planning to update the character. And I'm gonna be using that character maker that I did for Journey to Awesomeness as well. And that's something that will be available for Trumbull. Not really me working on everything. I do have some people who's gonna help me with the voices and stuff, or the animations and other content that I'll be making for the project. But for Journey to Awesomeness, for Doodle Notes Productions, I do everything. It's just me. It's just me, because I cannot afford paying someone else to work with me in this company. Not yet, at least. Can't afford yet to hire people. Because as you may observe, not exactly that, big yet. I mean, I do earn some stuff on YouTube, but it's really not sustainable. Have to do client works and stuff to survive. But the aim really is to just make this full time, which is it actually is. But I still have to do some client works in the middle of things if I want to live. Although people who support me in KoFi, which there's a few of them, they do help me survive. Yeah. I'm at a point now after episode 1 where I can actually just create a 3D animated short by myself. I can write, voice. It really depends on how many characters in the short is. And just take the story, mold it to make it one finished product. That's something that I'm confident I can do now. And that's thanks to episode 1. Yeah, it is. It isn't. Unreal is actually really fun. Especially, and I don't really have a problem with the blueprint way of coding stuff. I actually really love it. But if it comes down to it, I still have a bit of an ability to code, because there are a bunch of tutorials now on YouTube that I can just follow, and I can understand basic coding. Since I did code, I did make that Blender batch renderer. I have a Blender batch renderer app, which is basically just it's like me creating a GUI for the batch rendering command liner thing for Blender. I just used Python to create a GUI for that. I don't think it still works. I mean, it should work because the Blender command line argument it works in every version. But yeah, I haven't really been using that for a while. And it's in Python, and Unreal is C++, I think. But yeah, blueprint programming is really fun. I really love doing it when I created the Underland Project Islands presentation. Which, yeah, if you want to watch it, should be in my main channel. Anyways, I have to finish this thing. And I think it's aligned properly here. Also, we need to not forget about the tongue. And we can actually go to the this kind of viewport shading, so we can align the bones right here on the tongue. I should probably deselect the teeth now. Edit mode. And the tongue should be, we can barely see it right here, the tip of the tongue right there. Just gonna align that right there. The tongue probably, yeah, that should be good. We won't really be animating the tongue much, so just you need to align right there. It's just going to be moved when we're making the character talk, especially when there are like a oh the oh sound. Okay, there we go. Yeah. So we should be good for the lips, making sure that that is right there. The cheek. Excuse me. It's just recovered from sickness, and there's still some remnants of it. I'm gonna be coughing sometimes. So this forehead, yeah, forehead, temple, the brow. That should be right there because the bone that controls the brow will be aligned right in the middle of these things. So it's best to align this towards the brow, even though it does say that it is brow T, brow top. This I think is the brow top area, and this is the brow bottom. So let's put that at the bottom of the brow right there. So disregarding characters are probably my best human character models by far. I am not the greatest 3D modeler, but I can achieve the looks that I do kind of want. So, I guess that's also a nice thing to be able to do. Yeah. It takes practice. It takes using it on a project and then doing it over and over and over again until you can actually like do this thing and then take into account everything that the character will need, so that later on you can rig it properly. There's not going to be any issues in animation. Then again, I'm still expecting to find some issues later on, and it's just a never-ending tweaking until it's just done. And it's not even I think it's true for everything, because many people in the industry just say that, they just say it's done because they finish it, but there's still a bunch in the character that still actually not done. It just looks nice. Yeah. Any project, I think, even though you're not really gonna be making that much money with it, it's really going to help with your progress. I mean, yeah, it's gonna help with your progress as depending on what you aim to do in CG. And I just aim to create films and animation because as a Filipino, I really wanted to change the system in creating films and animation, and I really think it needs to be changed for for us Filipinos. And I think also that the software used to do it needs to be changed as well. I want to change it to just, to only free and open source, so that it's no longer a problem for artists to access those software. Of course, they can pirate, but I really don't want that to be, the source of Filipinos' success. They just pirate softwares. Yeah, I think even in the industry they use that. And I don't know. I don't like that. I'm a very honorable person. I don't like doing that. I don't want us to create works of art where we steal from other people. Although, it's unavoidable sometimes because, art is basically stealing some ideas from others. It's like taking other ideas and making it your own. But that's not the case for software, of course. We need to learn to use the right software so that someday a Filipino kid can just start making Filipinos stuff, because we don't really see much. Our VFX is often ridiculed by our fellow Filipinos as well, and have been many things they say that the cause of that, the oldie heads of the networks, don't really know VFX, so they don't know how to include it in the plan in during the production. They don't plan it properly. That's why, and they put so much time and money towards it. It's just an accessory. It's not something that you should really take time to consider including in your film, helping with the story and stuff. That's one of the things that I heard is the issue with Filipino filmmaking. They don't plan action sequences well. That's why the action sequences on many action films that we have are not great. VFX, of course, not great because it's not included properly in the plan. They only take 1 day to plan it, 1 day to shoot it, 1 day to do everything. And etc., etc. A bunch of other things. That is a problem, and I really want to be able to change that because we're all just complaining. Most people just complain and not do anything about it. They keep sticking with the old system, which clearly doesn't work. And that's what I want to do. I want to be able to create films in less time, lesser budget, and I want to be able to share the system on how to do it. That's why I'm doing this. This is my first project, the online project, and the aim is to just explore things. Explore the tools to use, explore the different kinds of ways to do it. We as Filipinos, I don't think we should follow how the Hollywood guys do it or what their standard is doing. And even though, they're doing a great job, we can't really, I think, afford their process, their way of doing things. So, I just want to be able to, because there's a bunch of people right now who has a PC who can run Blender, this other software. Many artists are like that. And I want to create a workflow where everything is accessible. Like the software accessible. You can just download it online for free. No need to pay really expensive monthly fees to access it. But of course, there are people who can't access it. But then again, if it's always going to be a job for the rich, I don't think we're gonna be able to see any kind of changes in our way of filmmaking here in the Philippines. If we don't make things accessible, if we rely on the old system and making things like this is the industry standard, we have to use it. That kind of mentality, I really want to get rid of that. An experiment. That's what they've been doing during Jurassic Park, Star Wars. They don't have this stuff. They have to experiment. They have to create things from scratch. Many people don't have that kind of mentality anymore where they create new things that will help with the story you're working on. You don't adjust the story based on what the technology is, although that is usually the case. Then again, if that is the kind of thinking that George Lucas had and the team at ILM when creating those first films that use VFX, we won't be seeing any progress because they created new stuff that we are now using. And if we can do that here in Doodlenos Productions, that would be awesome. Really just want to be able to make a Filipino film in Tagalog and everything, and it's going to be awesome. It's world class. Many Filipinos will watch it and feel proud. I think many people are just being kind with the series right now. Of course, others are not. They really will. They really hate it. The VFX. Hey, thanks, Benedict Madrazo. Yeah. Expect to not really earn that much. We don't earn that much. We really need a bunch of support. Just recently, Kaalaman, I think, mentioned my channel on his channel. It's got millions of followers, millions of views, and many people only discovered that Filipinos can do this. Filipinos can create. I'm not sure. Is it Big Bug? Is it world class quality? I don't really want to pat myself in the back on that one. But Big Bug is pretty big for me because it made me more confident about what I can do by myself as a filmmaker. And now, and after finishing that, I can just, I know that I can do it. It's something that is not impossible anymore for me. Like creating 3D animated film, sure, I can do it. It's definitely doable, even if you're just on a laptop, because most of it I had to do on a laptop. I animated all of it on a laptop and render on my PC. My new PC only helped with the rendering at the final sequence. Yeah. I keep saying that to myself. I keep wondering about that. If I can do that by myself, maybe I can lead. But then again, I'm not a very good people person. That's the purpose of episode 2 and this project as well. The more people I get to work with, the more I can practice how to like take command of a team, because that's still something that I have to practice. I'm an introvert. I'm an introvert. I don't function well when there are people involved. Then again, we did create a film before on high school. I'd say I'm not that bad at it, but I can't really tell unless I actually do it. When it comes to filmmaking, I just get more confidence than if normal circumstances of facing people. That's why it helps that we're just internet helps. Talking with, but I always like talk with introverts on the internet. And introverts are not exactly quiet when they're together. They're noisy, but only because if we're like with the people we can relate to, and we can talk about crazy stuff that normal people don't exactly talk about. But yeah, I think we're done with the face here. Maybe I can face the update face rig now. I hope that everything is good. Let's make a backup before doing this. Yeah. And now we're gonna upgrade face rig. Wait, upgrade. It should be there. If we did it right, it should align properly. Oh crap. There we go. As you can see, there have been many bones added here because we upgraded the face rig. This face rig has the like a nice control for the nose. And since we aligned it properly, it should be aligned properly. This is the jaw master. We're going to have to edit the jaw master. That one. Need to put it right here, because that is what's going to be following the rotation of the jaw now. So the jaw should rotate right about there. Oh, it's a nose bone. It's the nose master. This will be moved later, and the nose, it's the best way to animate it. I actually really like the upgraded face rig because you can animate the nose nicely. You'll see that later when we generate the rig. Yeah, we're just gonna align the jawbone right where the jaw should be rotating, the pivot point of the jaw. That should do it, I think. I think we're ready to generate the rig. So I'm just gonna go display everything here. Everything should be nice and aligned, I hope. And yeah, we should be able to post this in a few minutes. Let me just... Okay, do that. I'm gonna turn off the cam and lights for now because they're obscuring the view. I'm gonna Control-Shift-S. I'm gonna save another backup before we generate the rig here. There we go. Now we... Oh, before generating rig, we need to control A and add all transforms, I think. Or maybe control A, scale. Because it's nice and located on the right way. Right. It's oriented right as well. Okay. I think we're good. Now I'm gonna overwrite that backup we just made. And make sure we always have to go back to the original file before making any changes. Gonna get rid of the axes. Let's go. Let's generate the rig. Generate rig. Oh, crap. Something went wrong. I'm gonna go with all transforms now. Generate rig. Okay, all transforms is good. I'm just gonna control S that and save the backup again. I'm control Z. And generate rig. There we go. Yeah. It's nice. I'm just gonna hide this. I'm gonna move this to a new collection, call it hide. And this is where I'm gonna be putting everything that I won't be using. Because we're using this rig now. I'm gonna check in front so we see everything. And if I just go get the mesh, get the bone, control P, and with automatic weights, this should just work. This should just work. Of course. We need to move. No. Actually, we need to go back. Go back. Okay, it's disabled. Because there are some bones here that are not oriented properly. Like all these bones and the finger bones right here. The hand bone is not rotated properly. We have to fix that in edit mode before parenting. And we're going to enable the default, all of these bones right here, the hidden layers. So I'm just gonna tab right there. Let's go back to post mode. I'm gonna select this bone. Tab out. Maybe 8? 9? 8, 9? I mean, it just involves doing a bunch of tedious stuff. Especially if you're gonna do it from scratch. You don't use Rigify. You just do it yourself. And I haven't even explored other rigging stuff yet. Like like this one, the cloud rig. They say it's good, but I find it really difficult because it involves binding and stuff, I think. I'm gonna explore that some on a different project. Because in this project we're already using Rigify and don't want to change that. Because Rigify is already the what I use for the older characters. But yeah, rigging is not that difficult, but the more you put into it, the more complicated your character is. It gets really tedious, and I think that's what makes it difficult. What makes it difficult is really just the other process involved. So I'm grabbing the hand here. And all of this should be rotated. I need the axis, actually. So you can see the Z-axis is pointing that way. And that's not supposed to be the case for everything, actually, of the arm. But I don't really want to touch the arm anymore. Arm can't stay like that. I don't care. I am just gonna go rotate this towards there. It needs to point towards the front. Let me go Y-axis negative. There we go. That should do the trick for the hand. Hand bone should be like, it's straight. Following the flatness of the hand. After that, we need to deal with the fingers. Because as you can see, look at the axis pointing everywhere. And as I said, the Z-axis, the Z part of the finger should be pointing where it should bend. So we are going to take all that, including the hands right here. We're gonna deal with the thumb later. We're gonna start with these guys. I'm gonna go Shift N, global negative Z axis. All of that should be rotated that way. I still need to. I'm going to have to do this one by one, don't I? I could do the pinky finger first. Yeah, Shift N. Pinky finger first. I'm just really going to try and see this, the finger right there. Oh boy, that's painful to look at. Maybe we can hide some of these guys here. Focus on the fingers. There we go. But we do need all of this right here, which still is kind of painful to look at. Didn't really change much. I guess it's fine. Probably should be all of the fingers. I could do that, but if I hide this part, it might not follow the X mirror. Let's give that a try. Let's give that a try. Let's see if we don't miss some bones. Hopefully we don't. I'm gonna go Control R. Although we can probably fix that later. Just gonna go change the one that selected our active bone first. We're gonna make sure that that is the one that's aligned properly or oriented properly. And I'm gonna go Shift N, active bone, and everything should be following the orientation of the active bone. Now let's Alt H. Actually, let's deselect all this. Alt H. Now I can Control I, hide that. Or I'm gonna Control R so that, oh boy, we don't have the X-axis. Well, that's probably a problem. I'm gonna select all of that. Gonna select everything again because I want to make sure that the left side follows the right side. I mean, the right side follows the left. If I Control R this, you can see a bunch of the ones on the right there. There we go. That should be good. Rigging this for both Dominic Pond, actually, because I am aiming to be able to make these guys playable characters as well in Unreal. So I'm going to have to do a bunch of changes. Then again, for Unreal, this just works. The Rigify. Because then I can just import the animations, use that animation for like if they walk and stuff, and it would just follow because it's using the same kind of bones. But yeah, importing a model from Blender to Unreal, it's a tedious task. I tried it. I made actually an open world. I made the TUP islands, something that I can actually walk on as my character. My CG character. I can control my CG character, walk around the island. It's a really nice feeling to be able to do that. But yeah, that's something that I already did. I experimented on stuff about that. That's why I'm kind of going through this with the little knowledge that I have in Unreal and everything. Because yeah, I do want to make an open world game using these characters. It's not really like an actual game. It's just, you know, more cinematic than an actual game. Because the character will just be walking around. That's the plan for the next phase of the project anyway. Right now we're still in the process of creating characters that I'll be making for a comic. But I do want to animate them. But yeah, I will show you guys everything that I'm talking about after I'm done with this thing, right here in this stream later. So just stay tuned for that. I'm gonna be showing that later. I'm gonna show that open world thing that I created, that I started experimenting on, of the TUP islands. Yeah. Yeah, for these characters will be used for mainly just actually rendering stills for episode 2 of my project, because I'm gonna be creating a comic. Although depending on which direction I want to take soon, I either will retain it to become like a 3D comic thing in Unreal, where they're actually 3D, and you can actually just it's not just an illusion of a 3D. But they're actually 3D, and the comic will will be in 3D. That's what I'm still thinking about, whether doing it like that or just going with cycles render, and then I put it in Unreal, and each of the layers of the comic for the panel, or like panels of a comic, they're gonna be arranged in a 3D way, where there's like parallax and stuff happening for the comic. That's what I plan for episode 2. Although I do plan to create 3D animated shorts with these characters as well, just to showcase them and upload them on my channels. So this should be good. Just make sure that we're aligning this. Once I've aligned the fingers, everything else should be fine. Oh no, I need to deselect all that before I unhide everything. Control I. I'm gonna Control R so that the other side follows. We should be good to go. Orthographic view. We're gonna try doing that for the next fingers. Let's see. Just gonna select all that. Hide. Select everything. I'm pretty sure I'm selecting bones here, but we are starting to lag. Yeah, I selected this one. So I really just need this to be properly oriented, because if it's not, the finger will bend towards the wrong direction when we are manipulating it. That shouldn't be the case. Oh yeah, we were gonna try orthographic view, which is definitely better. Because yeah, z-axis should point towards where the finger should bend. That's what we need to make sure here. And I'm gonna make this the active bone. Shift N, active bone. As you can see, all the rest is not really oriented properly, so we do need to do that. Now I'm gonna Alt H, excuse me, Control I, and then Control R, just to make sure that the other side of the the other finger bones right here is copying. It's mirroring what we're doing on the other side. So now I'm gonna hide that, just so I can select these guys without selecting anything else. Yeah, rotating bones one by one, especially this complicated. It's a nightmare. Yeah, well, that's one of the things that will make it really difficult for you as well when you're rigging. It's not knowing how to do shortcuts, because if you don't know how to do shortcuts, well, you're not gonna do the shortcuts, and when you're not doing the shortcuts, you know what happens. These things, I actually just know them by watching tutorials, because I've never been to any class. I did not attend any class that I paid for in Blender or any animation class, I always just go for free ones. I go to free seminars, free everything, and also pirated things. You know, the Lights and Magic, a Pixar story. You're supposed to get Disney Plus. We don't have Disney Plus in the Philippines yet, and other things. And that's how I learned. Mostly, I just learned from YouTube actually, because there are behind the scenes stuff uploaded on YouTube, especially the ones about ILM. And then in Blender, there are a bunch of free tutorials. Yeah, I never attended any paid class. I never studied it on college. Actually, on college, we're supposed to study it on third year, and I already advanced studied it. And our professor doesn't even know what to teach me anymore at that point because I already studied so much. And that's when I fixed. That's how I knew that I have to get out of there. Cause why am I paying for college when I'm not learning what I want to learn? And yeah, that's why we're not the popular kid, because we dropped out of college. Anyway, college is like such a big deal, even though you're most of the time there's so many underemployed. I think is the right term for that. You know, when you graduate, but then you end up working on something that you didn't study on college. And I've always wanted to be a filmmaker, but here, where I am, film schools, they don't exist. I don't know before how to do that. Which school do I need to go to study film? Where do I need to go? And so I ended up being an IT because I thought it's the closest. Because even back then, I wanted to make some changes in the VFX part of our of our country, and also animation. And I thought that information technology is the best. I mean, it did help because it got me a laptop and then and also internet. I started exploring the internet because we didn't have internet back then. We started having one. And YouTube really is a big thing. Yeah. There's so many cases like that. They're so proud. Oh, we graduated. But then, the job that you're doing is not aligned to what you just graduated from. It's sad. If we start studying things that we're actually interested in, not because, oh no, it's a popular job. I just recently saw the post of my doctor friend, and there's a doctor, like internet personality, that's saying that she's actually earning more as a content creator than a doctor. That really blew my mind there. Many people regard being a doctor as a big deal, especially if you're Asian. Many people do it because there's money. They don't understand why doctors have to study years, many years, to be a doctor. It's because it's an important job. It requires passion to actually want to help people. And it doesn't exactly pay well, as according to my doctor friend. But because, oh, doctor, such an awesome profession. Something that many Asian parents will be proud of. I mean, if you don't like it, it's a nightmare. It's going to be a nightmare. I think I can tell based on what my friends posting about. Shift. Pad 1. Ooh! Thanks. See, there are things that I don't actually know. So this just aligns the bone. It shows you that is a very powerful thing right there. Can I control shift numpad 1? There we go. Hey, thanks. It's new knowledge. New knowledge that will be used all the time. Then again, I still need to adjust it. It does help having a base though, because I want to follow the thumb. Then again, it should be good. So this takes the base. That's awesome. Anyways, I think the thumb is already oriented properly. At least the thumb is the one that's... Yeah, it's oriented properly. Let's just go and rotate that a bit right there. Shift and active bone. And that should do it for every bone on the finger area. Now that's a problem. Oh crap. Let's see then. It's probably fine. No, it's not. We need to rotate the legs as well. I need this to be like that, SX0. So, you know, they're all lined up towards the Y. They were like this, or they're all rotated weirdly. SX0 makes it straight. And I'm just gonna put it right in front of the knees like that. Because I'm pretty sure that's the one that's controlling where this is rotated. I also will need to rotate the bones on the leg right here so that it's pointing towards the front. Let's not include the pelvis bones. Just all of these bones right here. Yeah, that should be all of it. I'm gonna go Control R. And the Z should be pointing towards where it bends, as always. I could Shift N negative Z. No. Shift N negative Y. Or Shift N global Y axis so that, there we go. They all point towards there. Now if I do this, that should bend towards the front and not towards the side. Okay then. Now I can turn off all of that. We don't need that anymore. This is the root bone layer, I think. I also will turn off axes, and that's all. And we do need these rig layers to be out here. And yeah, save. Now I'm going to go save a backup as well for this before we parent, just so we have a point where we can come back later if things doesn't go well, and things always doesn't go well. So yeah, we have that. Now we can parent the mesh to the bone. So parent this, Control P with automatic weights. There we go. And we only parented the base mesh. And for the most part, this should deform well. We didn't parent the clothes yet. That's a separate one. Okay. And another thing we need to check is whether the fingers bend the right way. And they all should, unless we did something wrong. Oh no, why is this rotating weirdly? No! Really? Oh man, it rotates properly like this. But not... oh, maybe I'm just rotating it on the wrong... No. This is rotating properly. Oh no! It's not! Why? Why? Why you do this? Anyway, let's just assume that it's rotating properly. Use it, align. Oh, maybe this is it. This is what we need. Use it, align negative x-axis and Rigify option. Is it in the options right here? Where shall we find? Bone options. This one. Ah, rigging modules right here. Do you do it here? So yeah, Rigify. We're not exactly a master of it yet, as you can see. Rigging modules. Add. No, that's wiggle bone. We don't need that. Do you need to change it like right on the meta rig like this one? Because I did. This is properly aligned now. This is properly. The axes of these are already good. I made sure that they are properly, the axis is properly oriented. But it always changes after I generate the rig. Always changes. So this rigging module works. Okay, in post mode, if I show the axes, all of them should be pointing properly. Rigify type. Wait, we are going back to a different backup here. Wait. The meta rig backup that we did. Let me just go back to backup 4. I think it's where we are. Okay, there we go. Post mode. Ah, Rigify type right here. Bend rotation axes. Ah, is this what you mean? The bend rotation axes. Let me just do that. Gotta make sure that it's negative X manual. Hmm. Just this bone right here, right? All of this. Just the base bone, of course, the ones that has the rotation thing. Do I need wait. Rotation axes. Tell you what, we're gonna do that for the fingers first. It doesn't exist in the hand bones, unfortunately. It's not here. It only exists to the tip ones, like the main parent bone, where the rest are connected. This option. Oh yeah, and you need to do it to the other hand as well, which made rigging more tedious now. But if it helps us in the future, we're going to have to really go through this step. if that saves us the trouble of having to edit the bones on the generated rig. Okay, so now I can actually overwrite our main file. There we go. I have to make sure we select the right one. Just gonna overwrite that. Yeah, we should really do that as well, but it doesn't have a... foot, ankle, and toe pivot. Yeah. It is. I mean, yeah, watch in the Blender like channel, Blender develop, was it Blender Foundation? One there's their rigger, their modeler, live stream their you know, their process. They're using the cloud rig. And that's where I got the cloud rig actually, from that stream. Yeah, sometimes it's fun to just watch someone do it. And you actually learn stuff, a lot of stuff actually. Thanks for that, Paul. Now let's see what the results of that are. Let's see then. I'm gonna have to go to object mode. Just gonna apply everything. And then I'm gonna save this as backup 4 now. Excuse me. And then now I'm going to go and generate the rig. Yeah, it worked. Thanks for that, Paul. Man, that saves us a lot of time. I'm gonna move this to hide again. That's gonna save us a lot of time. Because now... Wait. It's in y-axis. I usually animate fingers by... so yeah, we are doing it y-axis. But yeah, that works. Just Alt-G this. Look at that. Thanks, Paul. Thanks, Paul. Should be Y. You need to rotate a Y so that it bends towards the right way. Maybe we can change it from X to, because I'm used to like doing it X, but then again, we're just gonna stick with that for now. There we go. That's nice here. It bends properly as well. And everything else should be good. Yes, Dominic Pond, it should be in the description below. My Discord channel. I mean, Discord server. Not very active server, though. Mostly it's just ScaredFliers posting a bunch of trash. But yeah, I also have a gaming channel, by the way. I game. I got a game. Gaming is life. And I stream games as well on Twitch. Although I just do that one for fun. Don't really plan on making it into a thing. But yeah, just find it wasteful to play games without streaming. Because I want to share the journey and stuff. That's why I stream. Because some of my friends do want to watch. Like ScaredFlier. And ScaredFlier seems to be absent on this stream. He's usually there. But yeah, now let's do that parenting thing. Because this works. This saved us a bunch of... Thanks again, Paul, for that. That was a huge help. Did we do it? Yeah. Okay. Let's try and parent the clothes as well. I don't think doing the automatic weights thing works. But I think it works for the shirt. We can parent the shirt So the shirt should, no, it didn't. Yeah, won't be that simple. Going to have to do some weight painting if it doesn't follow. I gotta show the deform bones, which should be these guys right here, I think. Nope. I think it's this one. Yeah, those are deform bones. So I'm gonna go do some weight painting. That controls that. And the shoulder. We did not show the deform bones for the shoulder. Use data transfer parents the cloth to the rig. Data transfer. Let's see then. Because clothes is always so. It's the annoying part of rigging. Just gonna control Z a lot. Make sure that this is not parented. Yes. Oh, and yeah, I need to move the armature right before every other modifier here. That would make it less laggy, I think. Yeah. And more beautiful looking, because it's before the subserve. There we go. Data transfer modifier. Data transfer. This one? You use the mesh as the data transfer? Or not? Let's put that at the first as well. And do we need to generate the data layers? I think we do. I just click and enable vertex data. Enable everything. Vertex data. And vertex group. Okay. Do we need to make a vertex group for this? Edge data, face data. Ah, just vertex group. Okay. Wait, you guys are in Discord? Oh no. In the model, move the vertex groups in the model. You mean here? Wait, what's the source for this again? It's the mesh, right? Where it's parented to the bone? Or do we select the bone? Because as the shirt. Delete all groups. And then generate. Okay, I'm doing something wrong. Wait, does this need to be parent? It needs to be, the source needs to be the base, right? Like this one, the one that's parented to the rig. the source right here. Wait, that's... I guess I'm gonna have to remove all the groups there for now. Wait, Control P. Do I just did I just go with empty groups here? If I need the modifier to be in here? Armature deform, okay. I need to put it up top. And then oh boy, still doesn't work. What did I do wrong? So armature data transfer. Do I need to select a vertex group? I don't think I should. The weights, I need to apply the modifier. You applied the armature modifier? It should be good. Yeah. We're making so many changes, it's making me worried now. So you do need to... Tell you what, I'm gonna do that. And then I'm gonna add the data transfer again. Select the mess. You mean apply the armature modifier? The armature modifier is what you should apply. Is that the thing? Vertex data. Data transfer? The data transfer thing? Ah, this one? Okay. Ah, there we go. Yeah, it works. And it is better. That looks nice. Of course, the eyes and teeth will be parented as well. Thank you, Paul. That's definitely way better. Now let's see if it works nicely for the rest of the clothes. I have a separate belt models. I can probably just parent this on the... I can actually just parent this on the waist part right here. Although we do need to deform it and stuff. But yeah, that's added knowledge. Thanks, Paul. It's awesome. Clothes has been a pain in the butt to to rig with the character, and I will be changing the clothes a lot for these characters as well, since it's a character maker. But this is the base clothes. Let me just go and try and do that for the belt as well. Tell you what, let's go with the pants first. Go with pants. I'm gonna go Control P. Armature deform. Let's redo that this time. We're faster because we do know what to do now. Do this. Base mesh. And then vertex data, vertex group, generate data layers, apply it. And that should just work. There you go. Definitely Paul is like a rigging master. Rigging master. Paul the rigging master. We are in the presence of an actual rigger here. I'm a generalist. I do everything. So I only, gain some knowledge. Although rigging is actually a fun process. I mean, there are processes that I least like, of course. But rigging, I like it. I like rigging more after learning this stuff. There, it just works. Let's see if it works. Of course it works for the sandals as well. It should. Let me just apply the mirror modifier, though. Of course you do! Like, which part of the industry are you working on, Paul? Like gaming, filmmaking, or everything? Ooh, what companies have you, like, worked with? We don't really deserve to be in the presence of an actual person in the industry here. This is a professional here. Keaton Studio. What movies? What have you guys done? Maybe I can. I can look at your site and see. Ooh, you have what's this? Rat. Nice. Last project is a web series for toy makers. Yeah, this is in your country. What do we have that in the Philippines? Do we have studios who are making? I mean, I'm pretty sure you guys are like, I don't know, outsourcing is the term there, I think, where you work on like projects that are not from your country. You work on projects that are from other like countries, other projects from people from. I'm pretty sure that's how it's done. Because most the companies here in the Philippines, they did say that we do have great VFX companies here. The only problem is that they don't work on Filipino stuff. They work on other countries. Yeah, thank you so much for sharing your knowledge, Paul. That is really awesome. Now, that's something that I will add to my workflow as well, since, just do this thing by myself. I want to be able to hire people, of course, someday, but Doodle Nose Productions. Yeah, the first step is to just make it popular, and that's not easy to do. Make the whole Doodle Nose Productions channel sustainable, so that I can actually hire people. That's not easy to do, especially since I'm not best at doing stuff. Although we are doing some pretty awesome things here. I just want to keep it being a Filipino company that creates Filipino content. But of course, I have to start with stuff that will invite people in. And of course, I just had to pick the one that's underrated, because I'm working on a adaptation of a book, that series, an underrated book series by Suzanne Collins. Yeah. Because that brilliant project will, I think, it's where your reels will come from, and that's how people are gonna see what you can do. I think I haven't really been in the industry or worked in actual more established companies, and I don't really know much about what the workflow is in those companies. I think it varies depending on the software used. Of course, there are industry standard stuff. Still haven't really found a company that just uses free software. I mean, I only know one company, the Tangent Animation, using Blender, but they closed down. They were. They closed down. What happened to Tangent Animation is so sad. They use Blender for their workflow, but Netflix kind of pulled the plug on one of their projects, and they have to lay off a bunch of people. It's an awful thing. Yeah, well, in your case, Paul, what is your 1 billion project? Because it really depends on a person, or what your aim is in the CG industry, what your big project will be, a brilliant project. I think you just have to start one project to either practice what you want to do in the CG industry. If you want to be a rigger, you create a project. You start a project like that. Blender is pretty much industry standard now. I think many companies just cannot let go of what is already industry standard. And Blender, I think, is at a point where it can be industry standard if people just use it. Yeah. Blender's already great. People can already use. That's a problem right there. One other thing I want to see, actually, with this method. Because, no. Come on, select the right things. Okay, why is it set to that? So it does transfer the data. So I can still weight paint it and change it after, which is good. And of course, this wasn't. It really depends on how we weight paint. So we need to properly weight paint like the actual mesh first before we do the data transfer thing. We have yeah. So I have to properly weight paint my main character first, the base mesh, before doing the data transfer, so that the data that's gonna be transferred is clean as well. But yeah, I think this is done. We have a rig. Of course, not all of it is still following. I mean, maybe the eye. Maybe I can parent the eye to the rig as well. For the eye, I just go Control P with empty groups. I think we're doing the right thing here. And I need to find the... Is this the deform eye master? Thing about that deform eye master, it's not following the eye, as you can see. The def eye master is not moving with the eye. So if you parent your eye on that bone, it doesn't move. So we're going to have to use this one right here, the MCHI, because that's the one that's following the bone. So we're gonna get the eye, select bone, eye, control tab, weight paint. I'm gonna get MHI, and looks like our X. We have a symmetry turned on. That shouldn't be the case. No. Maybe we can do the X mirror thing. Nope. I guess not. Uncheck that. What is happening here? Uncheck mirror vertex group. Okay, why are you... Wait, I think I know. Mirror modifier. Of course. Yeah. I applied mirror modifier. Let's see if it... I can just select MHI here, tab to edit mode. Select all of this. Gonna assign. And then I'm also gonna select MHI.R. Select all that. Assign. That should follow. And we can see that by doing this. Of course, it's a mess. Let me hide everything else here. That should... Oh, crap. Did I parent it on the right eye? Or one thing that probably did not make it happen is because deform is not checked here. So we need to check that deform for the MHI as well. And there we go. Although, it looks like we did not parent the right eye properly. Select that one. Weight paint. Yeah, it looks like we didn't parent the... Or we didn't do this. Because MHI didn't appear on the vertex group yet. So we need to paint a bit before we do the assign thing. I will have to remove this. There we go. And of course the eyelashes is following nicely on the lid. I'm pretty sure we can make him smile as well. Let me turn off some of the bones here. And this is the nose master. Benedict. We can use this for the character maker. It's moving. Okay. Let's not get carried away here. And everything should move nicely. Of course, there's still some weight painting that needs to be done for it to properly deform. Jawbone. Yes, you could see that is not great. We still need to weight paint, especially the face area. But yeah, I think rigging, you could say it's complete, at least for now, because well, we do need to tweak this. Am I right to say that, Paul? Like rigging, you still need to tweak some stuff, like manually. Because yeah, sometimes things doesn't. I mean, the more practice you do, the better you're good at your rigging, where you don't really tweak much anymore. I think. I don't know. But I have rigged a bunch of stuff already. And in my experience, I still really need to, you know, do some weight painting to really improve the rig, make it close to perfect at least. But never perfect. There's always something. But yeah, thanks Paul for this. For like the data transfer thing. That's really awesome knowledge to have there. And now I think we're good with this. I still need to tweak this, probably redo a bunch of stuff. At least we have a backup. But yeah, we're done with this character. Now I can show to you guys the stuff that I talked about. You know, the Unreal presentation and stuff. And also the CG me walking around the Big Bug Island and all the other islands. I'm gonna open Epic here. Epic Games. And hopefully it doesn't lag much. Let's see. I will need to turn off some stuff here. If I can. Let's go to Unreal Engine. Tell you what, I'm gonna leave the mouse and keyboard on the screen. I'm gonna go to library. So the character, I did start making the character maker, but it's not complete. I don't think it's good to show that. The one where I was walking around, I think, is this one. The character that I made is a base model for character maker. Actually, this is a Regalian character. A character. They're like people in a book by Suzanne Collins. People that live underground, and they have evolved in a way where their skin is so translucent and you know, you can see the veins, and it's so pale. And they're like the people of Regalia, and I need to be able to create a bunch of them. That's why I'm creating a character maker. Maybe in Blender, just in Blender, but I might implement it to Unreal, so that some of the fans can, you know, create their own characters, because pretty sure they'll enjoy that. I think I already opened this one. I think this is the one where I walked around the island. Might take a while though, because I haven't opened this for a long time. I'm using Unreal Engine 5. I used Unreal Engine 5 for that one. Probably safe to close Blender. Not have too many things that uses up our computer here. Okay, we're opening this one. This is the one where I was walking around the island, I think. Gonna take a bit of a while. Might cause some lag as well. I only recently started practicing Unreal because I only recently got a PC that can handle it. This one is rendered in Unreal, my wallpaper. It's from the presentation, the Unreal presentation that I made. Where you point and click and you can select which island you want to explore. But you can't really explore it, it's just cinematic. Although, there will be a point in time in the future Yeah. But they really just evolved because they're underground for thousands of years. Their skin evolved, but they're still human. They just changed the look. I highly suggest you guys read the books by Suzanne, because Suzanne Collins wrote The Hunger Games, and it's the series that she wrote before The Hunger Games, which didn't really get that much attention. I was like wondering why was Hunger Games made into a film and not this awesome series that she wrote before The Hunger Games. And that's why I started the project, because if they're not gonna make it, I will. So I'm not really gonna do the whole, like, all of the books, but I at least want to bring to life some of the main characters and the creatures. And I started that with episode 1 of the project. And I want to end the project with a nice battle scene. The battle between the Regalians and the rats, because the rats are like the enemies, the main antagonist of the story. Giant rats. And I want to end everything with a battle between, because Gregor, he's an overlander. He's from the top, and he fell into the underland. And he decided to escape because he thought these humans are keeping him prisoner. He didn't realize that they were keeping him safe. But yeah, I'm giving too much, spoiling too much. Anyways, it should be open now.
Look, it's art.
And the little sis is here. Boots is here. And she made an art. Is that you? Is that supposed to be you?
No, that's my signature, idiot.
Oh, sorry. Okay, then bye.
No.
Bye.
I stay here.
This is the wrong project to open. I
What's
do
that?
hope I did not delete it.
What's that?
It's the start button.
Why is it the start button?
Wait, what is this? It's just the start button. Wait, let me run this thing. No, this should be it. I just created a menu for it. But this should be it.
The game.
You guys can hear that, right? Or is this just a menu? Press
What?
start. What happens if I press start? What did I do in this project?
Didn't you forget?
I forgot. That's why I'm asking.
Forget.
Because I haven't opened this for a long time.
If you press it, it will go look at the island.
No, this is different. The one that you're talking about is different.
What is that one?
I don't know.
Is
It's
that
stuck now. I don't think it does
it the
anything else.
Is that the amnesia button? Will remove your memory?
Yes, now get out of here. Wait. Oh, it just lagged. And it looks like we lost some textures. And the sea.
Ew.
But, there we go.
Looks like gray. It became a cement.
Can I still swim? Yeah. We just lost the ocean. Oh, wait. The textures loaded in.
Also, MJ, why when you swim, you squat? You do a squat.
Oh, this ocean appeared too. There we go.
Why when you swim, you do a squat?
Yeah, actually I managed to get it to a point where I can actually make my character swim.
Yeah, but why do you squat?
You don't squat, you swim. See? Swim.
Yeah, but
Swim.
the legs go separate.
Because that's what swimming is. It's just a stupid animation that I quickly made to have a swimming animation set up.
Also, can you make me in there?
Soon, you'll be here too.
Why? Who I go? Who I go?
People chatting.
Is that in YouTube?
Yeah.
Wow, it's a YouTube. Are they still there?
Maybe. Yeah, this is one of my Unreal explorations. Managed to make myself walk around the island that I modeled in Blender. I imported here. Everything's modeled in Blender except for the ocean. This is an Unreal thing.
The ocean.
But everything is. I got some of this. So I got this rock from Mega Scans, or from the what was that again? From it's from Unreal.
Why you turn like the?
I think it took me a week or two because I already have the models. I just had to learn how to import them to
Why are you
Unreal.
fat there? You're more fatter than yourself in real life.
Oh, just shut up, get out of here. Don't reveal things that
Why are
shouldn't be
you
revealed.
Are those poop?
What?
Poop.
Huh?
That's poop.
No, these are rocks. The roach egg rocks.
No, they're poop.
This is a Big Bug Island.
Can you do an emote where you lick the poop?
And I'm gonna close this.
Why can't you do an emote where you lick the poop?
No! Get out of here! Why are you saying stuff that are disgusting?
I'm trying to entertain those people. And I don't think they're there anymore.
They probably are. I'm just gonna open some projects here. They should open quickly now since we opened one
You
project.
need to go on YouTube and then go to that account so that
No,
you can be
get it.
there.
Get out of here. Go finish your drawings and
No,
stuff. And you need to tape that to the wall.
I'm staying here.
You need to tape that to the wall.
I'm staying here. Wait a second. This kind of looks like.
So this is TUP Islands, where I imported all.
Why is it gray?
It's still loading in all of the textures
It's gray and poopy.
because I think OBS is affecting the speed right now. Me live streaming, speed of loading stuff in.
Wow, it's YouTube Studio. YouTube Studio. Are they still there? They're not.
Probably, I don't know.
They're stop chatting.
Maybe they'll chat again soon. I don't know.
They left.
Maybe.
Oh.
Look, still here. See?
Oh yay! You're still there. Please don't leave. I'm not leaving.
No,
Don't
you're
you-
not.
Don't you dare.
I'm gonna end this thing before you can go here.
Don't you dare.
Let's just wait for this to load up. It's loading up all of the models.
Do you want to know what my account is?
No, they don't. You're not even supposed to have account yet, huh?
In the YouTube. In the YouTube.
Oh
You
boy.
want to know my account?
I think OBS really is affecting
Why is it affecting?
yeah, how
By
fast
the way,
things load
my
up.
YouTube account is.
I'm gonna try running this. I think I tried to set up a day and night cycle for this one.
You could easily do that in Roblox, not in that.
Oh, you can do it here too. You just need to.
Me, I use the script for day and night cycle.
Wow. Oh yeah, she makes Roblox games.
Stupid. Stupid.
Really?
Yes. I mostly
I think it's easier to do in Roblox.
yes, because you just need a laptop or computer or anything that you have that is not mobile.
Uh-huh.
Because you can't do it on the tablet either.
Steps.
You already stepped my foot.
Yeah, this is probably gonna affect the stream so much. Stream's gonna lag because of this.
Bye stream. Just kidding. Oh no, I should not say that. I'm gonna go there.
But anyways, yeah, there we go. We
There's so
managed to
many-
load in.
Look.
I'm using the character from Unreal.
Can you zoom in?
And our day and night cycle is in effect
It's dark. It's
because it's
extra dark
nighttime and
there.
there's no this is unfinished. I probably should turn
There's
off the
no
day and
light.
night cycle. I'm gonna turn it off. Wait, it
There's
should be
no
in the
light.
level blueprint.
That's like brown out. Brown out be like
Yeah, I made the day and night cycle really fast.
pretty short day. I like reading.
Uh-huh.
I also like reading gravestones with my niece.
You shut up. You say weird things.
I need to get my phone quickly. No, don't end it! Don't end it!
I'm probably gonna have to know. Yeah, this is the day and night cycle here. If I
Okay, I'm here.
hmm
The police are on it.
sometime probably need to reduce it, maybe 1. Let's see then if it works. Oh boy. Yeah, the stream's gonna be really affected by doing this.
Okay. I need to quickly go. I need to go to his accounts quickly. Oh no.
Yeah, it took me a month to actually get to finish the Unreal presentation that I made and learn the blueprints and stuff. And that's from zero Unreal knowledge to get to a point where I can actually make a presentation.
I did it. I went in.
You rascal. Don't chat weird things.
That's me. I'm Camilla Belches. Yeah?
Hey.
I went in.
And the ocean should load up soon. Wait, I should. Yeah, there's a run. If I press shift, character runs. And I forgot the button that I pressed to jump high and get to places. We can't zoom in.
I wanted to see the butt.
No!
So, do you still squat when you swim?
No, I did not set that up for this one.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the TUP Islands. We are now working on episode 2. So we're going to be going to the Queen Island right here.
You don't swim.
I will create an
You
animated short rendered in Unreal
You don't
for that,
swim,
I
you
think.
walk.
I think that's the plan. I mean, that's the plan, but I don't know. Yeah, we're going inside this island.
Why
Me
is it
and the
kinda
crew.
dark?
It's getting nighttime now. It's gonna be dark soon. Oh boy, here we go. Oh no, it's gonna be dark.
Oh no!
Queen Island.
It's brown out.
Yeah. I need a moon for this, but this is just tests and stuff. And I can exit now.
Still brown out.
And of course, you can download the Unreal presentation that I made of the Underland project, the TUP Islands. And I don't know which of these are the character makers.
The audio is late from mine.
But yeah, I am going to end the stream right now. Thank you so much to those who watched. To Benedict Madrazo, thank you. To Paul for helping out. And also to the others who stopped by the stream. To
No.
yes.
No.
To Rodolph. To who else is here? Who else was here? Also to Tumble for subscribing.
No, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't
Then
do it.
yeah, we are going now. A
No,
huge thanks to those who supported me through KoFi. To
Don't.
Karo, Green, Paragon,
No.
and also now Benedict.
Stop.
And
Stop
also
it.
to
Stop it.
Jane, to GulliermoGage, to ScaredFlier, and
Wow.
PrimeDeceiver. Thank you so much to these guys. They supported
Why
me
is it so
through
aesthetic?
ko-fi.com/doodlenose productions. And yeah, if you want to support me in
The
all of my
emotes are so
endeavors,
aesthetic.
this is where you
And it
go
will.
to support me. Yeah, follow Doodle Nose Productions everywhere on the internet. Yeah, I'm gonna end this now. Thank you so much for watching. My name is MJ Vilchas. Yeah. Goodbye. Goodbye. By the way, her name's not Camilla. Her name's Yumi.